Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is one of the most beautiful places in the U.S., but a lot of people move here with the wrong expectations. In today's video, Dave and I are going to break down 3 things that people get wrong when they move to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notifications bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. We get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you trying to learn more about North Idaho. So if you guys are interested in having that conversation, shoot our team a call, text, email. We would love to help you make that smooth move right here to North Idaho. Oh, I think I'm also supposed to say right now or 12 months from now. I forgot that part.
So you messed it up?
Yeah, no, it's good. Keep it going. They're used to it. All right, let's dive in. 3 things people get wrong about moving to Coeur d'Alene. Point number 1, they think it's a small, cheap lake town.
Man,
I am guilty of this. But when I came up here for the first visit, and I don't mind a small town. I came from a small town, but I had a very different image of what Coeur d'Alene was in my mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty podunk. You're like, when you look on a map, you're like, well, that's pretty far north. You're pretty much in Canada.
Right.
Can't be much up there, right?
You know, it's funny because you bring that up, and honestly, it's really an antonym, right? When you say a cheap lake town, I mean, that's hard to find anywhere, right? So the fact that we have resources, and I think honestly, just, you know, the region as a whole is kind of isolated. So people think, oh, it's way out there, it's a small town, but we have everything that we need. And it does have a small town vibe. People like coming up here and they recognize that you can walk down the roads and you can go shopping and you can see a bunch of people you know, and there is that. However, when you introduce tourism, this is a whole different place in the summer than it is in the winter.
I like the way you say
Tourism? I'm serious. It's a completely different place. Do you not agree?
No, 100%. And we are on the cusp of it. We're filming this. It's about to become June.
Yeah.
It's about to be June.
Winter, you own the place. It does. It has a much more small feel in winter. So people that do visit like that, I mean, it's just so much. You don't have to wait for anything. There's no lines. But summer, man, it is crowded. It is not a small town.
It is not. And I should point out, we have all the big box stores. So if the wives are out there and they're worried about finding Target is there. We have Target. We have Costco. We have
3 Walmarts.
Best Buy. 3 Walmarts. Home Depot.
Cabela's.
It's all Cabela's. It's all here in North Idaho. So if you're coming up here and like, I'm going to have to go to Spokane for stuff, you're not going to have to go to Spokane for anything.
Yeah. I think, honestly, one of the big reasons why people feel the small town is because outside of downtown Coeur d'Alene and the main hub of 95, right? If you drive up 95, it is just crowded. It feels like anything else. But outside of that, it's very easy to feel isolated and in communities that feel somewhat rural and relaxed. Hayden Lake. Look at that.
Perfect example.
You know what I mean? You go up to Hayden Lake, you're golfing at Avondale, you're going to the Porch for dinner, you're going down to Honeysuckle Beach. Even when it's crowded, it feels very, very small compared to where people are coming.
Yeah.
So you can find that all over the place. Hauser.
Oh, perfect example
Small.
again. Right.
It's like 80 parking lots.
Yeah.
Parking spots.
So I would say you can find whatever you're looking for here.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to put it? Because if you want some city life, and I say that with air quotes, I mean, Coeur d'Alene's it, right? The downtown is bustling.
No issues.
You're not going to, I mean, there's a late night crowd. I don't know. I never stay up past 9, but it's here. And if you want that quiet, rural feel, you can easily find that.
Yeah.
You can find anything in between.
I think it definitely, you know, for a lot of people coming from larger areas, Sac Metro, LA, you know, all these big cities, Portland, Seattle, it feels very, very small. And, you know, we laugh about it because we came from California and traffic up here is not great.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like the 91 in Southern California.
But you know what I appreciate? I just came back from a volleyball tournament in Seattle and I survived. Walking down the street, I'm used to making eye contact with people and saying hi or just smiling.
Right.
Something. You try that stuff in a big city,
Yeah.
it's a different reaction. But here, you still get it. And I make sure I will never let it go.
Yeah.
So if you move here, don't let it go.
Please say hi to people.
Look them in the eye, say hi, smile at least, whatever. Don't look away. Don't look down at the ground. Like, we need to keep that. That's humanity right there.
Big town, small town feel. Mistake number 2 that people make when they are wanting to move to North Idaho is you only visit during summers. Look, we just talked about it. This place is completely different in seasons. And if you're going to move somewhere that has 4 very distinct seasons, you better take advantage of the opportunity to come visit here in fall, spring, winter, and summer. And if you had to pick 2, I would say do the polar opposites. Come in the summer, see what it's like because it's fun. Everybody's happy. And then come in the winter and then see what the snow's like, see what the gray's like, see what the low sunlight's like. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame.
Especially if you're coming from somewhere that is a warmer climate and you're not used to winter climates. We don't get a ton of snow here. We don't get super, super cold temperatures like you'll find in the Midwest, but we get a long time of pretty cold and pretty cloudy. And the winter happens to be the shortest time of the year around here. So It's dark. So you need to come experience it.
I think also it's hard because when people come up in the summer, right, it's vacation mode. Summer really is just a vacation style. Everybody that's up here is doing the fun things. They're outdoors. It's very lax. There's lots of cool things going on. Winter is very different. Even though we have a lot of stuff that goes on in North Idaho, the fact is that being here in winter, you start to see real life, right? Schools are going on. People are working their jobs. You don't have all the vacationers up here. Traffic is different. Just understanding normal daily life. Where summer, everybody's just kind of, I'm exhausted when fall hits.
Yeah.
When the kids go back to school, which by the way, our boys are not going back to school anymore. That's crazy.
That's
freaking
strange.
18.
Very strange.
But when the kids go back to school, man, it's like this just, it's a total change.
Yeah.
So not visiting them.
You have to take that into the summer, right? You have to. You have to maximize. Like I was going to bed the other night at 8:30, and I'm like, it's still really light out.
I know it's hard.
I'm like, I need to switch my mentality to summertime and just start staying up late because you got to maximize that time.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight?
I don't know. You want to hang out?
9 o'clock. Let's hang. Let's do it.
Stress me out.
Yes.
You got to break me in for this. Hold on now.
Make sure that you guys visit in multiple seasons. It is very different.
Okay, number 3, mistake, assumption, whatever you want to call it. People moving here assume that every neighborhood feels the same in North Idaho, and I cannot tell you that's not farther from the truth. That's not whatever I'm saying. There is such a variety of neighborhoods here, from super wealthy to super rural, living on 50 acres. It runs the gamut. Even when you're in Coeur d'Alene itself, you're looking at different neighborhoods, Sanders Beach to Coeur d'Alene Place. And then you've got Hayden, Post Falls, Rathdrum, Hauser, Athol. That's a whole different beast right there.
Yeah, it's not that big. I mean, a lot of people look at the map and they see Post Falls, Rathdrum, Athol, Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, all this stuff. And one of the problems is people don't realize how small that actually is. You can drive all the way crisscross the valley in 30 minutes sometimes. So I think geography is the big issue here, right? You have, Coeur d'Alene is really kind of cordoned off in a bunch of different areas. You have a downtown vibe, right? And even that is cordoned off to where you have kind of the Garden District that's a little different. Then you have the area over on Sanders Beach that's completely different. Then you have right downtown. Like, you have different areas that have completely different feels. The same thing for just the city of Coeur d'Alene. I mean, you start heading over towards Canfield Mountain and you find a completely different style of living versus Coeur d'Alene Place and being around the schools. And then once again, just having a river that runs pretty much the length of the entire valley. Right there, you have a geographical boundary. When you go south of it, what do you end up with? You end up with acreage and lots. You go north of it, immediately it's high density housing. And then being close to the river is a good thing. So I think geographically really causes a lot of change in terms of you can drive 2 miles and be in a completely different feel.
What do you say to people when, first day in town, they're coming to visit, they give you a list of 10 homes. I want to see these homes. Is that the right conversation to have?
No,
or is there a different conversation?
Completely different. So when people say that they want to move up here, we're considering these areas, what I usually ask them is 2 different things. One is, what do you need to be close to? What's important? Let's talk about the things you're going to utilize that are really going to change your life, right? Get into Spokane International. Okay. Do you want to drive 2 hours? Because some people say, I love Bonner's Ferry. And then I say, well, it's 2 hours from, oh, shoot, we fly all the time. How close to Spokane International? How close to healthcare? How close to schools, restaurants, Costco, right? If you start to do that, I can start to figure out a geographical area where you should be in terms of driving. It's not just a circle. The next question to ask them is, what does it look like when you look out of your home or out your window? What do you see? In the ideal house, do you see neighbors? Do you see trees? Do you see lake? Do you see prairie? Because once again, in that little area, there's going to be a bunch of those different things. So really, I try to focus on what do you need to be close to, and then what does it look like when you're walking outside your house.
Yeah, that's perfect. So when you guys call and you want to set up that first meeting because you're coming to town, we're usually going to sit down and tell you spend a couple of days exploring, and we have some really good resources for that. We'll send you our tour of North Idaho, which is a link that gets you all over North Idaho, because you need to feel that out. You can't just say, I want to live right here and find a home right there when you have never been here before. That it's very important to feel out drive times, vibes, all the different things, man. My favorite restaurant. I want to be close to the woods. All of those things. So figure that out first. We can always find you a home anywhere. That's not the number one thing you should be looking at.
I think you hit it on the head when you said when they give you 10 homes, because you get so sucked in by looking at a house and what it looks like. And the truth is that you could give me some homes up here and I wouldn't even be able to tell you where they are based off of what they look like, which means that you can find a home that you love in different areas. I mean, there's a lot of options. So
right. You might find the perfect home and it's on the backside of Hayden Lake and you're looking at a map and you're like, that's fine. But it's 45 minutes to get to town. And you can't tell that from a map. On
a windy road.
And your kids do club sports. And they have 3 different sports they do. And now you're doing that drive 3 times a day. You're not going to want to do it. Trust me.
Death by volleyball.
So we will talk you. Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So we will talk you out of that most times. Then that is one of the first questions we ask. What's your lifestyle? What do you guys do?
Yep. And truthfully, what we try to do is we try to figure out whether or not North Idaho is right for you. Honestly, we could care less if you buy a house or not. If you do, we'd love you to use us. But at the same time, we want to make sure the community works for you and not just selling you a house. That doesn't work. You're not going to be happy. And we get people who move up from California all the time. They think they want to live in North Idaho and it's going to be beautiful. And then they leave and they say there's nothing to do here. Usually those people, there's a good reason they're leaving.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. So have that conversation. Think these things through. We try to help you guys avoid a lot of these pitfalls. That's the point of us doing these videos, and that's what we'll talk about if you schedule a call with us. So on that note, I think we hit all 3 topics. If you guys are thinking about making that move up here, shoot us a call, text, or email. We have a killer team of agents that work with us who are all just like us, although most of them have hair. But other than that, they're the same. So hit us up and we'll schedule a call and low pressure, even if you're a year out right now or 12 months from now. Doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Let's have that conversation. Thank you guys. Catch you on the next video.